We want to welcome everybody to the webinar about local search. We appreciate you taking the time. We'll try to keep it to 30 minutes, and to thank you for sticking around to the end, which hopefully won't be too painful. We'll give you a couple free in-depth guides to local search. With the webinar tonight, we're just going to go through and give you the basics, kind of a high-level overview of the benefits and possibilities. And at the end of this, if you stay through the call, we're going to tell you how to get these step-by-step guides that our own employees use to do this work for our clients, the real nuts and bolts details. As Shane mentioned in the chat there, if you've got questions as they come up, type them into the chat box before you forget, and we'll do a little Q&A session at the end. And to be honest, we haven't done one of these in a long time. We mostly spend our time working with clients, but since the world of local search is always changing, we thought it'd be good to put together kind of a simple, up-to-date guide of the basics. It'll help us train our new employees. We want to share it with our friends and family, and then we naturally thought we should extend it to everyone else. So without further ado, we'll get going. Generally, we encourage our customers to think about their business as a lighthouse that guides potential customers in the marketplace in this sea of possibilities, different people they can do business with, to you. And while a great location or being able to spend more money on advertising, like buying that full page ad in the yellow pages, used to work well, unfortunately, the internet's made it real easy for your competitors to get the word out about their business, and all at little or no expense. So when the shoreline is packed with hundreds of lighthouses competing for your customers' attention, the question becomes, how can you stand out from the pack? How can you really be the most appealing and brightest light on the shore that gets customers to your business? And we're going to show you how to do that with 3 easy steps. We've broken the webinar into 3 sections. Before we get into the first section, we're going to talk about why it's important for you to worry about your local presence, your local search. And honestly, the success or failure of your business is contingent on more than just your search for funding. Most of the people on this call are probably interested in funding, but you wouldn't be out searching for money if you had clients beating down your door. The only reason you need money at that point would be to expand and fulfill on future orders, and those are those golden applications that almost any lender gets excited about and will approve regardless of your presence. So we want to get you to that point. And we're going to do that by giving you a brief overview of how you can boost your local presence, increase your legitimacy with lenders, and put your business in front of targeted customers. And the best part of all this, it's honestly free. It really just takes some time to listen to this webinar, implement our advice, and you'll see results. So we're going to cover, again, 3 keys, 3 sections to boosting your business. Number 1 being how to boost your online presence. In part 2, we're going to talk about how you can get reviews for your business online. And then in part 3, we'll cover social media and some other advanced tips and tricks, enhancements that'll really help you take things to the next level. So first of all, part 1, boosting your online presence. We'll start with how you can do that really quickly and easily. And you can do everything we talk about in this section in just a day or 2 of work, and you'll see the benefits almost immediately. It's really simple, it's really quick, and it'll have a huge impact on your business. First of all, we're going to talk about why the old methods don't work, or at least don't work as well as they used to. Yellow pages. Most every business we've ever met with has spent a pretty good chunk of their budget on advertising the yellow pages or other directories like that in print, but they really are becoming less and less popular. I don't know about you, but when I get a yellow pages delivered, it probably sits on my porch for a few days before I notice it and throw it away. Why is that? It's because most people search online for businesses now. Customers can find a lot more of the information they're looking for through a local search query like plumber Denver. It's fast, it's efficient, they can do it from their mobile phones when they're on the go, and they can get more information than they might out of just a simple yellow pages listing. Since Google Maps, kind of the biggest player in this local search game, started in 2004, the demand for the yellow pages has declined in direct correlation to the rise in popularity of Google Maps. And you can see that in this chart here on the right, yellow pages being the red line and Google Maps being the blue. Yellow Pages keeps going down, and Google Maps keeps becoming more and more popular. In terms of your storefront, your location, your signage, it really does mean less than ever. The customer back in the day that might have wandered in due to an appealing sign is now probably looking at their smartphone's GPS and following directions on the way to the highest rated type of business they were looking for. The internet really does allow people to be more focused rather than happening to drive by your business and remembering they need to get that haircut at some point or they need to buy a gift from the gift shop. They simply Google something like haircut in a zip code, and they're going to go to the place with the most information and the best reviews. They can, unlike a Yellow Pages ad or a radio ad or other forms of advertising, they can actually see feedback from their peers. They can see hours and details about your business rather than having to call you, and they can see where you're located on a map and get instant directions rather than having to look up the address and figure out how to find you. So this is obviously a great benefit to them, and as a benefit to you, you don't have to take all these same phone calls. People asking about how late you're open, where you're located. Any business owner has probably been dealing with a customer and been interrupted by the phone ringing, taking calls to cover some of this miscellaneous stuff. You can understand the benefit if all that information is readily available to your customers. So what really is the solution? What's the best way to stand out and to leave kind of these old methods behind? Well, if you offer products and services to local businesses, you really can generate more customers than you can handle just by spending a few hours every day for a couple weeks. In this guide that we're going to cover in the webinar, it'll explain the power of getting ranked high in local search. And we're going to start with covering the three biggest search engines, Google, Bing, and Yahoo. Chances are good you've used all of these or you have one that you like. And that's the case for almost all your customers these days. How does local search work? Well, let's say you've got a small massage business in Charlotte, North Carolina. Now, most people, unlike restaurants and other types of businesses, they generally are only going to get a massage when they really need one. So Google's generally their first stop. They're not going to happen to drive by a spa and say, I think I'll pop in for a massage. They're going to Google something like Massage Charlotte and try to find the best one nearby that has good ratings. And when they type this in, Massage Charlotte, as you can see here, the normal person, the average person, they generally only look at the top few results. And if your business is in those top few, or even better, if your business is number one and has some really targeted information, a good headline, the potential client's going to click and go to your website based on a lot of studies that have been done 42% of the time. So that means the entire customer base out there that's searching for your type of business, if you can be that top results in Google, you're going to get 42% of the market share, which is probably more than most of us have and where we'd all like to be. So how exactly does this work? How can you take advantage of this? Well, there's really hundreds of places you can register a profile for your business. Again, in this section, we're talking about the big search engines. But having your business listed on any of these directories are going to help in a number of ways. They're going to let the market know your business is alive and kicking. Surely you know plenty of your competitors that might have gone out of business in this recession. But this will let people know that you're still there, you're still flourishing. It'll also help other business owners find you so that you can network with them for cross-promotional or partnership opportunities. And it's also a great way to measure credibility for financing if you're out there looking for business loans. It makes perfect sense. If someone were to search Google, Yahoo, or Bing for your company name, and in this case we're talking about Dun & Bradstreet or lenders for business credit, and they look up your company name or phone number, instead of finding nothing, they'll see you and your business prominently displayed on the most recognized business directories. You might not think that's a big deal, but something this simple really creates a lot of legitimacy for your business, a lot of credibility, and that alone could make the difference between being approved or declined. Just think about it. Who would you be more likely to lend money to? Someone you don't know much about and can't find any information on, or someone that has a robust web presence, seems established and successful, and has happy customers that tell the world about how much they like their business? Obviously, you can see the benefit it could have if you're out there searching for financing. So now we'll show you how to get your business listed on these 3 biggest search engines, and it's really simple. You can take notes here. The biggest thing you might want to remember are the web addresses that we've put at the top here. For Google, it's google.com/places, and you can see when you go to that page, this is what you see. On the left, Google's encouraging people to rate and talk about businesses. On the right, what we're interested in is that you can put your business onto Google for free. And the process is really simple, entering your information. We'll get into some more tips about how best to do that here shortly. Secondly, Bing, the second biggest search engine right now. You go to bing.com/local, and you can see at the bottom, Bing will automatically try to detect where you're at, but you can, at the bottom, click Add or Change Your Business Listing, and just like with Google, enter some basic information about your business, and you're up and running. Yahoo's the third one, and that is listings.local.yahoo.com. And again, on the bottom left here, you've got a basic listing. Now, Google's already trying to hit you up for an enhanced listing, kind of the equivalent of a bigger, more expensive ad in Yellow Pages. For our purposes right now, don't worry about that. You might end up going down that road at some point, but for now, just start with the basic listing, because our emphasis in this webinar is making sure you don't have to spend any money, just a little bit of time. So again, with Yahoo, you just enter your basic information, and you're up and running with all 3 of those. You can really do all that in about a day of hard work, but it's pretty basic, it's pretty simple, and then you're going to start making a splash on those search engines. Now, we'll show you a couple examples of some good listings and some bad ones. We're just going to cover a couple for Google, since it's the biggest one. This here, Lang Lisa, it's a good example of a bad listing. This is one of the results way, way, way down the list for Massage Charlotte, the search we talked about before. And you can see that there's really not much information. You don't even have the address. You just have a street, Arboretum area, and the city and zip code. If you look at that map, it's a good bet that Google's guessing at where this business is located, and it's probably a neighborhood. That's probably not even the location of the business, so obviously people are going to have a hard time finding it. And what's interesting about this is the business owner didn't even set this up themselves. You can see at the top right, Google is asking business owner with the question mark. They're looking for Lisa Lang, or whoever happens to own this business, that doesn't even have a name really, to claim this listing. So if you haven't done this yet, it's possible Google has already set one up for you. But either way, if you have so little information, there's no product details, there's no hours, there's no reviews, there's no pictures, you'll be so far down the rankings that no one's ever going to find you. People don't really dig through page after page after page of search results. They, again, look at the top ones. So what's the right way to do it? Well, here we have an example of the #1 result for Massage Charlotte, Daybreak Massage, and you can see they've got the address, they've got a link to their website, they've got their logo there in blue. Under categories, you can see massage therapist, sports massage therapist, day spa, and then there's more if the user were to hover over that. And those are things that this business wants to rank high for if someone were to search. If someone's looking specifically for a sports massage, Daybreak here will probably come up pretty high in the rankings. You've got a lot of pictures there of the sign, of a company vehicle, some stock photography of someone getting a massage. But those pictures make customers feel more comfortable. If you were looking for a massage, which one would you rather go to? The one before that you know nothing about, or this listing where you can see all the details? And then you've got reviews. The bottom one there, that's just the first out of 23, but you can see it's glowing. Someone saying, you've got to go there. I can't tell you how much they've helped me. Imagine how much business this massage center is getting just because they took the time to add this information. This might have taken the owner an hour or two, honestly, but it's made sure that they're the #1